Hi, I'm Dr. Faye Snyder. Today we're going to talk about Malala, who was 11 years old when she began to blog about the importance of Afghani girls getting an education, and she was 14 years old when she risked her life and boarded a school bus to go with other girls to school. And a Taliban soldier boarded the school bus also and asked the question, "Who is Malala?" No one answered, but he found her and shot her in the head twice, and she miraculously survived. She was 15 years old when she was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. Malala was born to Sunni Muslim parents. Her father named her Malala, which means grief-stricken, after a famous Pashtun poet and warrior woman from southern Afghanistan who led her people from suffering. Malala lived with her two brothers, her mother, her father, and two pet chickens. Malala's father was an educator, poet, and activist. He owned one school and ran a chain of public schools as well. Her mother was shy, warm, and private. When you watch her father talk about her, he beams. He's proud of her. He's joyful at the idea that she's his daughter. He's humble. And so she was raised in an environment where her parents delighted in her very existence. He enjoyed teaching her so very much. He allowed her to stay up late after her brothers were sent to bed, and they discussed the news and the politics. Malala loved school. She loved education. And she was very upset about the idea of girls being forbidden to attend school. And so she began writing her blog, originally under an anonymous name. At one point she was said to have written, "How dare the Taliban take away my basic right to education?" She began leading girls to get educated, and after her near-death experience, she suffered paralysis in part of her face, but she was still able to go on the Daily Show with Jon Stewart, who called her brilliant. She was able to go to the United Nations when she was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. And I watched her walk through the audience as she approached the stage and then look out upon the audience. And I could see there was no apparent ego. There was a standing ovation and people clapping, but she just looked out and had a very faint smile, like she was observing them. It was more about them than it was about her. The self-consciousness or self-importance didn't register, but curiosity did. She was awake, aware, and taking it all in. It was beautiful. She speaks kindly of the man who tried to kill her, and she has forgiven him, and she just says she wants him to understand how important education is for girls. I think it's pretty clear that she had a stay-at-home mom, even though the mom was reluctant to appear in public. There was important significance in the way her father chose her name, and the fact that there are two pet chickens in the family, and that she's so forgiving. It appears that she was never exposed to violence in her home, that she was exposed to communication and respect, and that she was coached by her parents, especially her father. She was raised in a family that took personal responsibility and that didn't ask anyone to repress their feelings. I evaluated Malala on the score sheet at 100 perfect childhood, perfect childhood. And I gave her another 25 for the near-death experience and the recognition that followed. I think it's possible she could climb to a 130 or 135. She's still a child, maybe even higher. Wow. Wow, Malala.